I don't know. No, I okay. Excuse me. Okay. You have
Or do you want me to read that under communications?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, good evening, everybody. Sorry for the delay. Please call the roll.
Mayor Delacuilla.
Here.
Director of Law Pignatello.
Here.
Councilman at Large Bicker.
Here.
Councilman at Large Kranek.
Here.
Councilman at Large Traffus.
Here.
Ward 1 Councilman Biassiata. Ward 2 Councilman Frondor.
Here.
Ward 3 Councilman Kukrow.
Here.
Ward 4 Councilman Petro.
Here.
Director of Public Service and Properties Levis.
Here.
Building Commissioner Morrow.
Okay, before we begin, Tony Biassiata had a death in the family, which is why he is not here this evening. I would like to make a motion to excuse his absence. Could I have a second for that?
I second.
Please call the roll.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Tony Biassiata is excused. We'll begin with the election of President of Council.
Mr. President,
Councilman Kukrow.
I move that we nominate or appoint Council President Matt Traffus as another President of Council again.
I second the motion.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Oh, yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Oh, I get to vote?
Yeah.
Did you?
I've been appointed council president again. Thank you, everybody. And I hope to continue on the forward progress that we've been making. Next on the agenda is the election of President of Council Pro Tem. And I will make a motion to elect Tim Frondorf as the President of Council Pro Tem.
Second the motion, Mr. Chairman.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Tim Frondorf has been elected President of Council Pro Tem for 2017. Congratulations.
Thank you.
There are no meeting minutes for this meeting, so we'll move on to consent agenda number 1, dated December 12th, 2016.
Yes, Mr. President.
Councilman Frondorf.
If there's no division of the question, I move that we accept consent agenda number 1, dated December 12th, 2016.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Consent agenda number 1 has been passed. Moving on to consent agenda number 2, I'll make a motion that we accept the consent agenda number 2 dated December 12th for passage.
I'll second that.
Want to recuse yourself?
I must recuse myself from consent agenda number 2.
Is there any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Consent agenda number 2 has passed. Are there any resolutions of commendation?
We have none tonight.
Thank you. Reports of committees. The Planning, Zoning, and Economic Development Committee last met on November 21st. Those meeting minutes are forthcoming, and the next meeting will be on December 19th. Public Works Committee, Councilman Petro.
Mr. Chairman, we met on the 5th, and minutes are given to the clerk.
Thank you. Community Services Committee, Councilman Bicker.
We met on December 7th. Minutes are filed with the clerk. And our next meeting is January 2nd.
Thank you. Police and Safety, Councilman Kranek.
Last minute on the 24th of November. The minutes are forthcoming. Next meeting will be December 19th.
Thank you. Parks and Recreation, Councilman Kukrow.
We last met on November 24th. The main meeting minutes are forthcoming, and we're meeting on December 19th.
Rules, Ordinances, and Ethics, Councilman Biassiata is absent, and he will provide a report at our next meeting. Finance, Civil Service, and Personnel, Councilman Frondorf.
Yes, Mr. President, we last met on December 5th. Our next meeting will be on December 19th, and I know that Carol is just waiting with bated breath for my council minutes, which are forthcoming.
Okay.
Thank you. Are there any appointments and confirmations?
No, sir.
Thank you. Communications, petitions, and claims.
Yes, we have just one item. Councilman Biassiata did send an email this afternoon to Council President Traffus letting him know that he was unable to attend tonight's meeting, and he asked that the following be read into the record. I'm unable to attend on account of a close family member's funeral services being held tonight. However, I wish to send my congratulations to Councilman Traffus and Frondorf on their reappointment to council leadership. And that's all we have.
Thank you, Carol. Council will now be open to the audience on legislation only. If you have any comments regarding anything on our agenda, please approach the podium and state your name and address. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to address council? Okay. Ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance number 120, 2016.
Mr. President,
Councilman Kukrow.
I move that we suspend the rules under the charter and read ordinance number 120, 2016 for its third and final reading.
I second.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondorf,
Yes.
Kranek,
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 120, 2016, introduced by Mayor Delacola and Councilman Traffus, Frondorf, Bicker, Kranek, Biassiata, Kukrow, and Petro. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into an agreement on behalf of the city of Seven Hills, Ohio, with the American National Red Cross for the purpose of using the city of Seven Hills Recreation Complex as a temporary refuge for disaster victims.
Ordinance number 120, 2016 has been read for its third and final reading. Is there a motion?
Mr. President,
Councilman Kukrow.
I move that we pass ordinance number 120, 2016.
I second.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondorf,
Yes.
Kranek,
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 120, 2016 has passed. Moving on to ordinance number 121, 2016.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Petro.
I move that council suspends the rules under the charter and reads ordinance 121, 2016 by title only for its final reading.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondorf,
Yes.
Kranek,
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 121, 2016, introduced by Mayor Delacola and Councilman Traffus, Frondorf, Bicker, Kranek, Biassiata, Kukrow, and Petro. An ordinance authorizing the city of Seven Hills to enter into an agreement commencing January 1st, 2017 and ending December 31st, 2019 in an amount not to exceed $60 per full-time police department employee per month with Ohio AFSCME Care Plan for the furnishing of dental level 4 care plan benefits for qualified full-time police department employees, and authorizing and directing the mayor to sign on behalf of the city of Seven Hills any and all documents necessary to implement and give force and effect said dental level 4 care plan coverages.
Ordinance number 121, 2016 has been read for its third and final reading. Is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Petro.
I move that council passes ordinance 121, 2016.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 121, 2016 has passed. Ordinance number 122, 2016.
Mr. President,
Councilman Kukrow.
I move that we suspend the rules under the charter and read ordinance number 122, 2016 for its third and final reading.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 122, 2016, introduced by Mayor Delacuilla and Councilman Traffus, Frondor, Bicker, Kranek, Biassiata, Kukrow, and Petro. An ordinance authorizing the city of Seven Hills to enter into an agreement commencing January 1, 2017, and ending December 31st, 2019, in an amount not to exceed $60 per full-time director and/or administrator per month, with Ohio AFSCME Care Plan for the furnishing of dental level 4 care plan benefits for qualified full-time City of Seven Hills directors and administrators, and authorizing and directing the mayor to sign on behalf of the City of Seven Hills any and all documents necessary to implement and give force and effect to said dental level 4 care plan coverages.
Ordinance number 122, 2016 has been read for its third and final reading. Is there a motion?
Mr. President,
Councilman Kukrow.
I move that we pass ordinance number 122, 2016.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 122, 2016 is passed. Moving on to ordinance number 123, 2016.
Mr. President,
Councilman Bicker.
I move that we suspend the rules under the charter and read ordinance 123-2016 by title only for its third and final reading.
Second motion, Mr. Chairman.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 123, 2016, introduced by Councilman Traffus, Frondor, Bicker, Kranek, Biassiata, Kukrow, and Petro. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into an agreement on behalf of the city of Seven Hills, Ohio, with InfoShred.net of Cleveland, Ohio, in an amount not to exceed $1,500 for 2017 shredding services on April 11th and August 15th, 2017, for the city of Seven Hills.
Ordinance number 123, 2016 has been read for its third and final reading. Is there a motion?
Mr. President,
Councilman Bicker.
I move that we pass ordinance 123-2016.
Second motion, Mr. Chairman.
Is there any discussion?
Mr. President, I just wanted to make a comment to say that this is for the residents of Seven Hills. It's a shredding service that we provide twice a year.
Thank you, Councilman. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 123, 2016 has passed. Moving on to ordinance number 125, 2016.
Yes, Mr. President.
Councilman Frondor.
I move that we suspend the rules under the charter and read ordinance number 125, 2016 for its third and final reading.
Second motion, Mr. Chairman.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 125, 2016, introduced by Councilman Traffus, Frondor, Bicker, Kranek, Biassiata, Kukrow, and Petro. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into an agreement on behalf of the city of Seven Hills, Ohio, with Lampion Companies of Wadsworth, Ohio, for the purpose of maintaining the traffic signals and lighting throughout the city of Seven Hills for the period covering January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2017, and appropriating an amount not to exceed $6,000 for said service.
Ordinance number 125, 2016 has been read for its third and final reading. Is there a motion?
Yes, Mr. President.
Councilman Frondor.
I move that we pass ordinance number 125, 2016.
Second motion, Mr. Chairman.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll. Councilman Kranek.
Council President, just a question. In the ordinance, we have section 1 calls Lampion Companies of Chardon, Ohio, and we talk about it in the other areas as Wadsworth, Ohio. Is there any discrepancy, or is that just a branch?
That's a good question.
I'm sure it's an error. We'll correct that.
125. Rich, can we correct that at a later time, or does it need to be amended right now?
I'll make note, correct it.
Thank you, Tom.
Good catch.
Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 125, 2016 has passed. We'll now move on to ordinance number 126, 2016.
Mr. President,
Councilman Kukrow.
I move that we suspend the rules under the charter and read ordinance number 126, 2016 for its third and final reading.
I second the motion.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 126, 2016, introduced by Councilman Traffus, Frondor, Bicker, Kranek, Biassiata, Kukrow, and Petro. An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Westland Heating and Air Conditioning of Westlake, Ohio, for the purpose of maintaining the 7 rooftop units, the Soresco unit, 3 water heaters, 3 boilers, and 2 exhaust fans for a period of 1 year at the city's Seven Hills Recreation Complex in an amount not to exceed $6,875 for said service.
Ordinance number 126, 2016 has been read for its third and final reading. Is there a motion?
Mr. President,
Councilman Kukrow.
I move that we pass ordinance number 126, 2016.
I second.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 126, 2016 has been passed. We'll now have the second reading of ordinance number 137, 2016.
Ordinance number 137, 2016, introduced by Councilman Traffus, Frondor, Kranek, Bicker, Biassiata, Kukrow, and Petro. An ordinance to amend the appropriations of the city of Seven Hills, Ohio for the year ending December 31st, 2016.
Ordinance number 137, 2016 has been read for its second reading. We'll now have the second reading of ordinance number 138, 2016.
Ordinance number 138, 2016, introduced by Councilman Traffus, Frondor, Kranek, Bicker, Biassiata, Kukrow, and Petro. An ordinance to make appropriations for the current expenses and other expenditures of the city of Seven Hills, Ohio for the year ending December 31st, 2017.
Ordinance number 138, 2016 has been read for its second reading. We'll now move on to ordinance number 139, 2016.
President,
Councilman Kranek.
I move that we suspend the rules under the charter and read ordinance number 139, 2016 by title only for its first and final reading, declaring an emergency.
Second motion, Mr. Chairman.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 139, 2016, introduced by Mayor Delaquila and Councilman Traffus, Frondorf, Kranek, Bicker, Biassiata, Kukrow, and Petro. An ordinance to appropriate a sum not to exceed $27,004 for the purchase of one 2017 Ford Utility Interceptor for use by the City of Seven Hills Police Department with appurtenances, said purchase to be made from Lebanon Ford through the Ohio Department of Administrative Services Office of State Purchasing, state contract number RS900917-3, repealing amended ordinance number 89, 2016, and declaring an emergency.
Ordinance number 139, 2016 has been read for its first and final reading. Is there a further motion?
Council President,
Councilman Kranek.
I move that we pass ordinance number 139, 2016.
Second motion, Mr. Chairman.
Is there any discussion? I'd like to mention that this has been something that has been very important to Councilman Kranek, and it's been discussed and deliberated for a long time. And a number of months ago, we decided to hold off on the purchase of a police vehicle unless the two levies this past November were to pass. And we're very grateful to our residents for voting to pass those levies, and that gave us the ability to purchase this car like we said we would. But moving forward, I think that it's safe to say that this council is going to require what Councilman Frondorf has been asking for years now, and that is maintenance records. We've been lacking in that. We've asked for it dozens of times and gotten absolutely no response. And as long as this council is in office, I hope that we are going to require that from our police department moving forward.
I'd like,
Councilman Frondorf.
I'd also like to add that because of our ongoing, or currently ongoing collective bargaining agreements, I've been looking very closely at the performance audit that we paid about $150,000 for some years ago, not too many years ago. And interestingly, in what I came across in that performance audit was that the recommendation was that the city should have some sort of repair and preventive maintenance contract program for not only for all vehicles within the city. So I just thought that was an interesting sidelight. I see you waving.
Mayor Delacroix.
Thank you. Just very briefly, we have indeed asked our service department to begin compiling the maintenance records of all our vehicles.
Perfect.
For council, and I believe, I think we have a proposal actually to purchase some software to do just that.
That's great.
Excellent.
That's good news. Thank you. Any further comment? Please call the roll.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 139, 2016 has passed. I think we should change the name of it to the Kranek ordinance. Now we'll move on to ordinance number 140, 2016.
Mr. President,
Councilman Kranek.
I'd move that we suspend the rules under the charter and read ordinance number 140, 2016 by title only for its first and final reading,
I'll second that.
declaring an emergency.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 140, 2016, introduced by Councilman Traffus, Frondorf, Bicker, Kranek, Biassiata, Kukrow, and Petro. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into an agreement on behalf of the city of Seven Hills, Ohio, with Hall Public Safety Company of Hartville, Ohio, for the purpose of outfitting the City of Seven Hills Police Department's new 2017 Ford Utility Interceptor with equipment and appurtenances, appropriating the sum not to exceed $7,103.62 for said purchase and service, and declaring an emergency.
Ordinance number 140, 2016 has been read for its first and final reading. Is there a motion?
Council President,
Councilman Kranek.
I move that we pass ordinance number 140, 2016.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? Ordinance number 140 goes hand in hand with ordinance number 139. Both these ordinances are to purchase and outfit a Ford Utility Interceptor, an SUV. And if I recall from previous conversations, this car will be used by our sergeants on duty. So it'll be nice for our residents to know which car our sergeants are in, since they'll be the only ones using them. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 140, 2016 has passed. Moving on to ordinance number 141, 2016.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Petro.
I move that council suspends the rules under the charter and reads ordinance 141, 2016 by title only for its final reading.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 141, 2016, introduced by Councilman Traffus, Frondor, Bicker, Kranek, Biassiata, Kukrow, and Petro. An ordinance authorizing the purchase of salt through the Ohio Department of Transportation Consortium, authorizing an amount not to exceed $14,615 for the period covering November 1st, 2016 through October 31st, 2017, and declaring an emergency.
Ordinance number 141, 2016 has been read for its first and final reading. Is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman
I
Petro?
move that council passes ordinance 141, 2016.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 141, 2016 has passed. Moving on to ordinance number 142, 2016.
Mr. President,
Councilman Bicker.
I move that we suspend the rules under the charter and read ordinance 142-2016 by title only for its first and final reading and declaring an emergency.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 142, 2016, introduced by Councilman Traffus, Frondor, Bicker, Kranek, Biassiata, Kukrow, and Petro. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into an agreement on behalf of the city of Seven Hills, Ohio, with Great Day Tours of Cleveland, Ohio, to provide transportation for a bus trip to Chester, West Virginia on November 16th, 2016, authorizing an amount not to exceed $1,050 for said service and declaring an emergency.
Ordinance number 142, 2016 has been read for its first and final reading. Is there a motion?
Mr. President,
Councilman Bicker.
I move that we pass ordinance 142-2016.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Ordinance number 142, 2016 has passed. Moving on to resolution number 78, 2016.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman
I
Petro.
move that council suspends the rules under the charter and reads resolution 78, 2016 by title only.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Resolution number 78, 2016, introduced by Councilman Traffus, Frondorf, Kranek, Bicker, Biassiata, Kukrow, and Petro. A resolution requesting the county fiscal officer to advance taxes from the proceeds of the levies pursuant to section 321.34 of the Ohio Revised Code and declaring an emergency.
Resolution number 78, 2016 has been read for its first and final reading. Is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Petro.
move that council adopts resolution 78, 2016.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondorf.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Resolution number 78, 2016 has been adopted. Council will now be open to the audience. If you have any comments, please approach the podium and state your name and address. Okay. Reports and communications from the mayor and safety director, Mayor Delaquila.
Thank you, Mr. President. Congratulations both to you and Council President Pro Tem Frondorf on your reappointment for the following term.
Thank you.
No further remarks this evening.
Thank you very much. Reports from directors of departments and other officials. Director of Law, Richard Pignatello. Thank you. Director of Public Service and Property, Stuart Levis.
No report.
Thank you, Stuart. Council miscellaneous. Let's start at the end. Councilman Bicker.
Just want to send my condolences to Council Biassiata and congratulate you, Matt and Tim. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eddie. Councilman Kranek.
Just wanted to say congratulations to both you and to Tim.
Thank you.
For the best year. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Kukrow.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yeah, same thing to both you guys. I really had no idea how much work this was all. And then when I saw how much work comes through, both what you guys are doing with what Tim's doing right now is something I wouldn't want to do. It's too much work. And what Matt does every single day is unbelievable. I mean, hundreds of emails, phone calls. So thanks for doing what you guys do, because the city needs people like you here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Petro?
Mr. Chairman, same thing. Congratulations to both of you. And I'm sorry about Tony's family. And I'm looking at my calendar, and I don't think we have a meeting till after Christmas. So I wish everybody a Merry Christmas and hope you get what you want.
No.
That's right.
We'll see.
Thank you. Councilman Frondor?
Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that about Christmas. I'd just like to offer Merry Christmas in German, Frohe Weihnachten, and also Wesołe Świąt, Zego Narodzenia to all of our Polish residents out there, and Merry Christmas for those that don't speak any language except English. Sometimes that's questionable. I'd like to congratulate Matt on being council president. I think he did a great job this year. And, you know, we signed now it's a little bit of business. We signed a contract for salt, for 500 tons of salt. And I just want the residents to know we have plenty of salt this year for any possible snow contingency. And I guess I'd like to thank, you know, especially you two guys there, Stuart and Rich Pignatello did just a tremendous job getting us salt when it seemed like we may not get salt, but we have plenty of salt now. So thank you very much. And also I'm going to say something about this, and also to the mayor. I know we were in a position, I won't go into the detail, we were in a position where it was questionable if we were going to have enough salt for this winter, and the mayor also contacted fellow mayors and was able to get assurances that if we ran short, they would help us out. So thank you all, you guys.
Thank you, Tim. I'll piggyback on what Tim said with the salt. Stuart, Rich, Mayor, everybody, we were put in a really tough situation for reasons I won't go into, and we got to figure it out. And I'm glad that we acted quickly to get that done. Thank you, council, for the reappointment. You may want to take a picture of me today, and we'll see how much gray hair I have in a year from now. I know I have more than I did last year, but I've really enjoyed this past year. I think we've accomplished an incredible amount of things, and I know that in 2017, we're going to be able to reap some of the benefits of all the hard work and difficult decisions that we've made, and really see some tangible results. And I'm very, very proud of everybody up here, and I thank you for dealing with me on a daily basis. Regarding ordinances number 137 and 138, those are the appropriations for 2016 and 2017. Just want to mention that these are very important to the city, and I did ask Mayor Delaquila to have Joe Hotchkiss from our finance department to attend our next caucus meeting. And I just want to reiterate that I think that's very important, and I want to make sure he's there. Yes, this. And let's see, Merry Christmas to everybody. And I'll keep mine in English.
Thank you.
And the last item I have is regarding the Planning Commission. We had a Planning Commission meeting on December 9th. There's one item that needs council confirmation, and that's with Seven Hills United Methodist Church. They're replacing 3 signs that once existed on Pleasant Valley and Broadview Roads. So I'm going to make a motion to confirm the Planning Commission's recommendation to allow the Seven Hills United Methodist Church to replace 3 signs that existed on Pleasant Valley and Broadview.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Planning Commission's recommendation has been favorably voted upon. There was a second item on the agenda at the Planning Commission meeting. That was the Seven Hills Elderly Care Campus with Glenn's Landing. That passed through the Planning Commission unanimously. And next Monday, we are going to hold the public hearing, which is required by the PUD ordinance, at 6 o'clock in council chambers. Once we have that, we'll be ready to approve or disapprove the recommendation of the Planning Commission the following week. So with that, I will make a motion to adjourn.
I second the motion.
Please call the roll.
Frondor.
Yes.
Kranek.
Yes.
Kukrow.
Yes.
Petro.
Yes.
Traffus.
Yes.
Bicker.
Yes.
Meeting is adjourned. I also want to thank Carol for the little treat she left us for Christmas. The great thing is I already saw Kukrow sitting there eating the cookies. Sewer too. Yeah. Well, thank you, Carol.
You're welcome.
Do you have to tape the can so tight or do they come like that?
Oh, they came like that. Yeah.
Only flying deer.
We don't want to get Rudolph. That was not on the record. We're done.
Luckily, that wasn't on the record.
Oh, Lordy. Yeah. Go home, people. Oh, you're welcome. No big deal. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Yeah, that's right. There's a special one. That'll be. Okay, don't blame you. You wear home wear? Are you going out of town?
Yeah.
Good. Oh, the heck's that? Oh, cool. Are you gonna be there for Christmas?
No, we'll be
Oh, okay.
the 23rd.
Good for you. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, good, I got both of you today.
I love
I
these.
like that. I have to advertise that public hearing, so it's probably gonna have to be a plain dealer one. Although they're small.
I'm gonna send an email to Josh to tell him about that. I'm also gonna say to him, if you guys can talk to him ahead of time, and a short circuit whatever questions there are, because he is part-time.